Tonight on Alaska's news source, a 16-year-old's body is recovered after he fell into the Yukon River. What troopers say happened. Plus, an Alaskan lawmaker is stepping down from her leadership position. Details ahead.
And a cooling trend is starting statewide with winter weather alerts underway in the interior.
And healing from Halong, we're in Kipnuk surveying the damage as a home isn't livable as winter is setting in.
You're watching Alaska's news source.
Representative Mia Costello says she is stepping down from her role as the Alaska House Minority Leader. She said in a message to an Alaska's news source reporter that today she is stepping down for personal and professional reasons. She says she'll be still running for her seat. Senator Mike Shower announced in late October that he would be stepping down from his position as the Senate Minority Leader and as a senator. Shower's position has not been filled, meaning both Republicans in the House and Senate do not have leaders currently. And a 6-year-old boy is dead after reports he was snow machining onto open water near Kipnuk in western Alaska. That's according to the Alaska State Troopers. Troopers say they received a call around 8 p.m. last night that the teen had driven the snow machine onto open water trying to skip and sank into the Yukon River. Search teams looked for him. Troopers say his body was found about 2 hours later. Winter weather is settling in across western Alaska, slowing Halong disaster response efforts. Our investigative team's Augusta McDonald was in Kipnuk today to survey the now frozen damage in one family home.
This family home was 300 yards away from where we see it now. Damaged and flooded by the former Typhoon Halong. We're going to step inside and see what's left after floodwaters came in and destroyed this home. You can see freezers here where what's left of the food that this family had prepared for months is now frozen and damaged. This is why they had to flee. You can see the floor is slanted. There's debris, family items tossed everywhere. No power to this location. And again, this home is clearly not livable. The Paul family now evacuated to Anchorage. Augusta McDonald for Alaska's news source.
Anchorage's fire chief says structure fire numbers are down compared to recent years, but there have been more outdoor fires lately. He says the fire department doesn't know why, and it's still important to be fire-wise.
We get on average about one working structure fire every day throughout the year. And so while it seems like we do have a lot of fires over the winter season and the holidays, it's not necessarily the case. We have fires all year round.
He says one way to help keep your home safe is to avoid using unconventional heating methods during the frigid winter months.
It's tempting for people during the especially cold winter months when they're chilled and maybe the boiler or the furnace isn't keeping up to turn on the range or the oven and open the door. And the misuse of cooking appliances to heat their home like this is very dangerous.
He says working smoke detectors and carbon monoxide detectors are an essential part to staying safe. He says everyone should also have a fire extinguisher handy. And Bailey, this morning there was an earthquake early this morning, shook parts of Anchorage and South Central. It woke me up, but did you feel it?
Honestly, Michaela, I had no idea that we had an earthquake until I started seeing posts of it on Facebook, and it actually wasn't too far from Anchorage. It's actually about 45 miles west of Anchorage. So just looking on the map right here, this is where it was. It was just northwest of Beluga, and it was 38.5 miles deep. So 4.9 magnitude earthquake. It was a relatively decent size, but thankfully it was decently far away from Anchorage and in South Central in general. But earlier this morning and even into the early parts this afternoon, you might have seen and even currently see this fog that was outside. So very dense and thick fog is still out right now. We do have a fog advisory underway across Anchorage into Matsu Valley, and that's going to expire into tomorrow morning. Now, just looking at these temperatures statewide, we're actually starting to dip between 5 to 10 degrees cooler than what we've seen even just 2 days ago. I mean, in Anchorage on Thursday, our high was around 35 degrees, and tomorrow, our high is going to be 25 degrees. So temperatures cooling statewide, that's all the way out in the west, and even going into southeast, we're seeing these cooler temperatures. But in South Central, look at these sunny skies we're supposed to be seeing tomorrow. Now, that's if that fog stays away from Anchorage and the valley, but expect to see these partly sunny skies moving in with some of those cooler temperatures. Now, Michaela, instead of a fun fact, I wanted to show you this photo from Tyler Wiggins he sent in. I love this picture. It is so sweet, and I just love those little head wrinkles. So that is our photo of the day. We're going to have this lovely dog. So thank you, Tyler, for sharing your dog with the rest of us in Alaska.
The head wrinkles are amazing. It reminds me of my parents' dog. That's basically my dog, so cutest thing.
Yep.
Thanks,
So cute.
Bailey. Still ahead, the community is chipping in to help. We explain a program where you can help families pay off their school lunch debt.
You're watching Alaska's news source.
Bethel public media stations are set to cut over half of their working staff. This as questions loom over when $1 million in funding from the Trump administration will be delivered. In an interview with NPR, KYUK General Manager Kristen Hall said 10 full-time positions will be cut down to 4. This is the same station which covered much of the impacts from former Typhoon Halong. Senator Dan Sullivan struck a deal with the White House, ensuring $4.5 million would be delivered to 15 public media stations in Alaska, including KYUK. Sullivan's office says KYUK is set to receive over $1 million in funding, though the timeline is not clear, adding that the Bureau of Indian Affairs is working directly with KYUK to deliver those funds.
We were able to get all of our rural radio stations funded. My office and I worked that relentlessly. I literally went to the president, the OMB director to get that done.
While it is very devastating news, it makes sense. It's a business. They have to be prepared. And at this point, there isn't additional funding known.
Alaska's news source has reached out to KYUK's general manager multiple times over a series of days, but no comment has been returned. For extended coverage, including how much KYUK has raised since Congress slashed their funding, visit our website or mobile app. And families in the Fairbanks North Star Borough School District are sometimes unable to pay for their students' school meals, and a program at the district allows the community to step in and help. At the district's nutrition services webpage, people can donate money to help pay down student debt, either donating across the whole district or to a particular school. A random number generator chooses which student receives the help in their accounts. Currently, there is more than $9,000 of debt throughout the district. Students are allowed to accumulate 5 days of unpaid meals. After that, they are reduced in what they can get.
It helps families who may be struggling, and they don't necessarily want to advertise that fact. It helps ensure that students have the nutrients and the healthy food items that they need to continue to thrive and learn and grow.
So far this school year, more than $30,000 have been donated from the community to pay off student meal debt. And the Alaska Club for Women says it will be closing its doors for good on December 1st. The women's only branch of the Alaska Club gym chain put up posters and sent an email to members, which one shared with us. The email acknowledges the closure may be disappointing for some, but saying it reflects the shifts it's seen in attendance and the broader demand for expanded strength training and family recreation options. In the email, the club says frequent users will be offered a free 1-year platinum upgrade, which gives people access to the summit location. We reached out to the Alaska Club for comment. It says, in part, it is genuinely sad to close the space. However, participation in this location has declined significantly over time, while overall membership has grown and a need for expanded full family recreation has been identified in the West Anchorage area.
Thanks for listening. Click subscribe so you can get the latest podcast from Alaska's news source automatically. And stay up to date with breaking news and in-depth reporting available for free 24/7 with the Alaska's news source app.